Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from an upcoming Linn County Blues Society event, which we're real excited about, and also excited about what it portends for the future. Greg West is here. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Good, thanks. And Mark Rowell. Hello.
Good morning.
Glad to have you both here. So I'm not. So mainly what we want to do is promote the Backyard Blues Fest at the Ideal on July 27th, but we also need to talk just a little bit about the purpose of this event and what it means for upcoming. So, is it okay if we spill the beans for 2025 before we even talk about 2024?
By all means,
Okay.
please do.
Greg, tell us what this is. This is setting the stage for.
Mark and a lot of the board members put in a lot of time this year, and we were really trying to do an event this year, and we were trying to have it fully endowed, and we fell a bit short. And we felt instead of doing something, we want to make sure if we're going back to Bluesmore, we want to knock it out of the park. We want to do an excellent job, and we were a little short on time, and we just decided that it's going to be best if we take a pause and then set up for an event next year, get our feet under us, and move forward in the right direction.
So what's happening is Bluesmore is coming back to Bluesmore after a hiatus.
Absolutely true. We've signed a definitive agreement with the board of directors over there. We're pleased as the Dickens to be back there with the history, with the culture, with the fact that we know as we're paying it forward, whether we're talking about Backyard Blues and paying it forward with the Ideal and the charities that we represent, being at Bluesmore connotates a level of success for us. It connotates an audience. It offers us with the right selection of talent to be able to pre-sell the show. We don't have some of the struggles that we've had in the past with Ticketmaster, with selling a show in advance, with the costs that are associated with it. And so it was a very difficult decision to pause, but it was the right decision because now we can do everything the right way. We can knock it out of the park. And when folks start to see us market Bluesmore out there in the industry, they're going to say, oh my God, they're back.
Since the Blues Society left Bluesmore and the Bluesmore event, we've had the Czech Village Fest, had the Bourbon and Blues at McGrath. All those were great and successful events, but I think that for a lot of us, especially those of us who've been around before, the idea of Bluesmore on the Bluesmore grounds still it's just where we want to be.
It has a certain panache, and we've learned at Czech Village Blues, it was incredibly successful as a home-spun event, and Rotary, Dennis, you and others supported us, and we're very, very appreciative for that. Bourbon and Blues was a very classy event, was a very polished event, but our audience didn't gravitate to it the way that they do a Bluesmore, the way that they do a neighborhood event, the way that they did Czech Village Blues. And with the continual construction in our community, Czech Village Blues and venues like that are very difficult to produce. Bluesmore offers us an anchor, a stake, a name, a certain amount of passion and romance to it. And music is driven by how it makes you feel. That environment makes us feel warm and fuzzy.
So in order to, it's almost kind of a gap year. We're taking a gap year to plan. But this I think, is really smart from the society's perspective. Is we've got the Backyard Blues Fest, which we'll talk specifically about here in a minute. But its purpose really is to kind of raise the funds to so that coming into 2025 with Bluesmore, you're not trying to raise all the money in one day.
And the awareness.
Yeah.
Simply we want to tell people that we're still out here. We're still doing stuff. We're doing a monthly new members event every first Monday.
Oh, yeah, those have been a blast, yeah.
Yeah, out at Checkers, and it's a way, additionally, to pay it forward with PJ and with Pam and let them know that the community appreciates what they've done for greater than 30 years, albeit with a road that's been under construction and tremendous amounts of difficulties in filling your venue. So it's important to us, me in particular, but the society in general, that we pay it forward, that we create those stakeholders, we create those relationships. The Ideal is a wonderful venue. If you have not been there, you're missing it. And we couple it with the fact that we get to use their backyard.
Yeah, so this will be an outdoor event at the, which is not, and the Ideal's been hosting some outdoor events. I know some of the jams and things like that are outdoors. So, Greg, July 27th, what can we expect to see in the backyard of the Ideal?
In the backyard, we're going to have a couple food trucks. We're going to have at least 3 bands, I believe, headlining by Kris Lager Band and the Beaker Brothers opening, and then Icebreakers, I believe, is the opening act. And then we'll, of course, I'll have a membership table there, awareness. We'll have some T-shirts and such available. And it's just like Mark said, it's awareness. It's trying to get the word out. We're all passionate about the blues. We're all passionate about the local live music scene, and it's our way to give back to the community and hopefully help build up a little bit of finances for next year's larger event.
The Beaker Brothers, one of my favorite bands, because that progressive and classic rock from the early 70s, because of my age, and I think we're kind of close to each other. Every one of those songs pretty much hits me right in the teenage years. But Kris Lager has been, not only is he a headliner who tours, the nation and the world, but he's been kind of a friend to Cedar Rapids, too.
Without question. We're very fortunate. Chris's shows typically sell out, so tickets are available online. We don't have them at retail locations at this point in time, but simply attend the event. It's what, $25 in advance?
I believe it's 20 advance, 25 at the door.
Correct. So it's a real nominal cost to go see 3 venues, have a nice plate of some barbecue, have some aroma pizza, have some Cedar Ridge cocktails. Cedar Ridge is one of the major sponsors of this event. But Kenyon and the Ideal need our help, like many entities in our community currently. They're doing a tremendous amount of work for live music in general. And Kris Lager and Beaker Brothers, we're going to have a tremendous amount of fun on a wonderful day. And if there is any weather there, the inside is available too. So we've got 350 seats outside, a couple hundred seats inside. Please buy early, buy often. Let's have some fun.
Yeah. Nice to have that rain location right there on the grounds.
Absolutely.
And you're totally right about the Ideal, and Kenyon Thorpe and her team are really doing great work to promote and host and preserve live music, of all different kinds. But I know that there is definitely a soft spot in that organization for the blues, and this is the perfect place to do this kind of event as we get tuned up for Bluesmore in 2025.
Yep.
Ideal, are they handling the ticketing?
Correct.
Okay.
And there's a QR code right on our website, Ideal's website. It's on the posters out front. You can click on the QR code and easy access to ticket purchasing.
Yeah. Visit the Ideal online if you would like to get tickets in advance or find the poster. If you're watching on the video right now, the website is below our smiling faces that you can go to get your tickets in. Get your tickets in advance, save a couple of bucks. July 27th. Now, see, I will think of this as the not only a great event for LCBS, but also the tune-up for Jazz Under the Stars,
Without question.
which begins that Thursday.
Without question, it's a wonderful partnership, and I might also point out that ticketing in the past has been somewhat expensive with Ticketmaster and venues like that. It's $1 a ticket, folks, to buy a ticket for an online service charge.
Yeah. So you don't have that.
It's very thrifty.
You don't have more dollars in ticket fees than you do in tickets, which is a nice change.
Absolutely true.
People can visit the website, too, to find out more about this event, about LCBS in general. Check out the monthly meetings where you got live music coming in every week. And what's the website, Greg?
lcbs.org, and then idealtheater.org.
Sounds right.
It's Ideal Theater.
Yeah, idealtheater.com, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, gentlemen, thanks for being in here. Looking forward to a great day of music on the 27th. And, of course, we're excited for the return of Bluesmore in 2025.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thanks for being here. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:30 or download the podcast. Watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture or using your favorite podcast app. You can also watch our videos. They're on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. I'm Dennis Green. I'll talk to you later.